this is my leg day. I'm 175 centimeters in height and 85 to 86 kilos in body weight. So yeah, looking pretty thick these days, can't lie. So yeah, started off with squats, barbell back squats, high bar. I like doing high bar. I don't know why, it just feels more natural to me. I did 5 reps for 3 sets with 180 kilos. And they moved okay. By the 3rd set, I was definitely tired, no lie. But yeah, they were moving good. I've got the SBD knee sleeves on there and the Adidas AdiPower ones on my feet and a Strength Shop lever belt as well. I'm using this Titex powerlifting bar, which is really nice. It felt really stiff on my back, and the knurling is quite aggressive, so it's quite sharp, but it felt super stable. So yeah, no complaints there. After squats, I moved on to RDLs. I do like doing these. They're quite fun to do. You get a good stretch on your hamstrings, and I do go quite low, to be fair. I'm doing 170 kilos here, and I'm nearly hitting the floor with the barbell, and I'm using straps as well, just to take the grip aspect out of it and focus more on the movement itself. A tip for these would be to contract your lats, flex your lats as hard as you can. This will help keep the barbell close to your legs, over the center of mass and where you're strongest. The only downside to doing this is you do sometimes scrape your shins, but it's not really that big of a deal. Yeah, make sure to stick your bum out, keep your back and your core braced and contracted, so that you're not really rounding your lower back, and as long as you're hinging at the hips, you're not really going to get any injuries or anything like that. And if you end up being too tired, you can just drop the barbell on the floor. Yeah, sometimes I like to do these with dumbbells, but this gym only has 50 kilo dumbbells, so that would be the equivalent to doing 100 kilos, and here I'm doing 170 kilos with a barbell. But yeah, after this I moved on to single leg extensions. Yeah, I try and pause at the top for a second just to get that extra squeeze. Not really going heavy because this machine, the padding's not super thick, so when you go heavy it sort of digs into your shins. And then after that I moved on to seated calf raises. Same thing here, pause at the top for a second and then pause at the bottom for a second. I did 3 sets of both exercises, 20 reps on the seated calf raises however, and I think 12 reps on the leg extensions. And then some sissy squats here, really unusual exercise if you've never done these before. But yeah, they felt pretty good. Just a weird movement pattern, to be fair. Yeah, and then I moved on to single leg, standing calf raises, they're not seated, with a 20 kilo dumbbell. I like to stretch the calf between sets, just to increase blood flow. And yeah, I do 20 reps on each leg. If you're not used to these are actually quite hard. You don't really need that much weight, especially if you're doing single leg. Ideally, you want something to hold on to so you're not off balance. And then yeah, moved on to hanging leg raises. These are probably my favourite ab exercise. They're quite hard because you have to hold your whole body weight up for the whole set, and sort of focus on controlling the movement throughout the whole thing. Try and minimise swinging, sort of stretch the abs at the bottom of the rep and then squeeze and contract at the top of the rep. Focus more so on your pelvis rather than where your legs are, because it's the movement of the pelvis that will engage the abs, not so much the movement of the legs. Yeah, try and control the movement. I do 3 sets of 10 reps for this one, just to finish off, and that's pretty much my leg day. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed. Thanks.